Hey babes, welcome back to my channel, you guys. I have been dying to do a sit down video with you guys, and with me just being so busy on the go all the time, vlogging is usually a little bit more convenient for me, but I found some time. It is Saturday night, it is after date night, and my husband occupied, my kids are with their grandma, so I figured let me go on here and answer these questions that I asked the besties about 2 weeks ago, child. So we just gonna sit here and we're gonna talk. We might cry, who knows, because y'all really asked me some good questions. And I also just have some stuff that I want to talk to y'all in general about myself. So I just want to give y'all a little life update. So first things first, let's get right into it, you guys. I'm 25. And the journey from being a girl into womanhood, it has truly been something amazing. It has had its highs, it's had its lows. But overall, I'm so thankful, and I'm just, you know how they say, like, when you love what you do, it truly never feels like work. And that's why I always say I feel like I'm literally walking in my purpose, because I feel like this is what God intended for me to do. To teach, to inspire, to encourage. And I'm just so happy that I get to do it with all 75,000 of my besties. And I love you guys, and I thank you guys for supporting me always. But I ain't gonna rumble y'all head off, because y'all know, baby, I will become a preacher on here. So let me go to these questions that you guys asked me, and let's talk about some stuff. Let's answer some questions, some spicy, some a little bit, they all over the place. So let me turn my brightness up. Any specific goals for content this year? So first things first, today the TikTok ban hit. So if you click on TikTok, the app literally, it doesn't even work. And with that, I want to tell you guys that for me personally, there was nothing lost in TikTok, because TikTok does not pay enough for me to be sad about it. But I can tell you one thing, YouTube has been and still is that girl. If you got a pretty face, a funny personality, if you have a aesthetic life, even a non-aesthetic life, baby, this is the Busy Mom Chronicles over here. It's chaotic, it's crazy, it's fast-paced, it's all over the place. And that's what makes it unique to me. You need to get your ass on YouTube. You don't even have to buy you a camera. Use your phone. All the phones nowadays have really good cameras on them. Get you a tripod, start vlogging. I don't give a damn what you do. I don't care if you work at Winn-Dixie or if you're a pediatric ICU nurse. Record your days. We want to see. Record your life. Content has been completely life-changing for me. I remember when I first got my first camera, we were living in Japan, and I wanted to start content creating so bad. And when I told my husband, we found me a camera from Facebook Marketplace for like $300, girl. Got my camera, and I used to be so happy when my vlogs would just get like 50 views. And when I first started, people who I know, family, they would make like little subliminal jokes, that little channel. You be making them little videos, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't give a damn, because one thing I always believed in is myself. I know that if I work hard and I put my mind to it, I can do it just like everybody, all the other girls can do it. I can do it too. And content creating has changed my life. I never thought that I could. Well, I knew that I could. It's just kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to believe. Like, little Zaria from Alabama can grow and she can make money from just being herself. It was hard for me to believe that. But once I got out of my own head, I didn't give a shit. You hear me? I didn't give a shit what nobody else said. I wanted to be a content creator, and I was going to be just that. If you have a funny personality, whatever, pick the camera up. I'm tired of telling y'all, pick the camera up. We want to see. But back to the question, any specific goals? Specific goals that I have for myself this year is to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Clock it, clock it, clock it. We're going to get it this year. I wanted to hit that last year, but we didn't get it last year. So we're going to try to get it this year. I want to keep growing. Like, I want to keep growing. I don't want to be stagnant in any parts of my life. I want to keep growing. So my overall goal for this year is just to grow. And y'all know how I give y'all on YouTube the Busy Mom Chronicles, but like on Instagram and Facebook Reels and stuff, I just do a day in the life. I want to start incorporating Busy Mom Chronicles into that too, because I feel like day in the life is a little repetitive, even though Busy Mom Chronicles is just like day in the life too. But I just feel like I want to like rebrand my whole all my content this year. So I guess those are my little goals for the year. So let me go to the next question, girl. And why in the world do the questions keep disappearing? Like, this is really finna get on my nerves. 1 second, besties. Hold on, because I feel like it's something in my eye. Every time I start filming, it's always something in my freaking eye. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm good. Somebody said, what's your least favorite thing about being a content creator? My least favorite thing is people, like, when people see you in real life and they try to, like, they think that it's not that you don't know me. It's like, you know, on the internet, you could post every day and you can still live a very private life. I tell the internet only what I want the internet to know. If I don't want y'all to know it, I don't speak on it. So one of the things that I struggle with, and one of my least favorite things as a content creator, is how people would literally go and make false narratives. If you post something that seems like, oh, it's something about a heartbreak. Oh, they didn't divorce, they didn't broke up. It's just like, I don't like how people can just take a little bit of something and make it to a whole lot of nothing. That's probably my least favorite thing. And that's why I keep it very demure. If I don't want nobody to know it, I don't speak on it, period, point blank. So that would have to be my least favorite thing. How did you fall in love with yourself after motherhood? Baby, I was in the trenches after I had my kids both times. And what I did was I looked at myself in the mirror and I was disgusted with what I saw. Not physically, but mentally. I was not my best self. And baby, this is why I told myself, I don't give a damn if I'm not going nowhere. I don't give a damn if I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do my hair, which is when I started kind of like learning how to do my hair. I'm going to put on me a little mascara. I'll make myself look woke. And I will put on some cute loungewear, which I really want to start me a clothing business, y'all. And I told y'all in a vlog, like, I want to start another business this year, and that's kind of what I'm leaning to. But I don't know, we ain't really gonna speak too much on it, but that's one of my things. Like, I looked myself in the mirror and I said, like, we're not gonna let this postpartum depression win. I'm gonna get my ass up and I'm gonna look like somebody. I'm gonna look like these kids. Fine mama. And that's what I did. I got up and I started getting myself together. And overall, it just pulled me out of the pits of motherhood. Because, baby, I was down. I was down low. You hear me? I was down low. Okay. How much money do we need to become a franchise owner? To buy into the level of Jenny King that I bought into, you need $28,500. Do I think it's a good investment? Yes. Have we made our money back off of our investment? This February 1st, we'll be made our whole $28,000 back, and we just started our franchise in October. So very quickly made our money back. Let me see. Were you scared to get married young? No, because I felt like I had already did all the hoish things that I wanted to do. Sorry, raw and unfiltered. I feel like I had already did all of those things. And I already knew, like, I always knew that I wanted to be married. And I always knew I wanted to be married and have kids when I was young. So, like, when I'm in my 30s and 40s, my kids gonna be older. And I can live then, and I done put in all the hard work in my 20s, so I can live and I can travel as I want to. So, no, I wasn't scared to get married young because that's something that I always wanted to do. Do you and your kids have dual citizenship since y'all live in Japan? No, we just had SOFA status there. Our SOFA status actually expires March of 2025 because that's when our official orders, that's when we was actually supposed to leave Japan. We left Japan so early, thank you, Lord, because we hated it. But our SOFA stuff will expire this year. It's probably already expired because my husband's not even in the military no more, so I don't really know how that works. What's one thing you dislike about marriage? I don't dislike anything about marriage, but I will tell you that marriage, just like any other relationship, it has its days. And I'll tell anybody, if you're not ready to fight, and I don't mean physically, emotionally, if you're not ready to fight your own demons, if you're not ready to have hard conversations, if you're not ready, don't do it. Save your money on lawyers and divorces and all that, because you know, people make marriage seem like it's just a walk in the park. That shit is a battle. Some days I'm fighting with Mike Tyson. And I don't mean physically fighting with my husband, mentally, spiritually. Like, you have to be ready and you have to be strong, because baby, marriage is truly a roller coaster. It truly is, but it is one of the most beautiful things. And I think that I don't dislike anything about being married. When you don't know what the outcome will be, do you have faith or do you worry? One thing that I learned is that you cannot trust in God and still worry. So when I don't know the outcome of something, I just have faith. And you know what they say? All it takes is the faith of a mustard seed. Clock it. And I truly believe that, because I can, like, I'll be so like in my head about something, and then I just remember faith of a mustard seed. You know how small a mustard seed is? And then all the worry is gone, because I don't want to be trusting God and still worrying that God is not going to deliver what I asked for. Also, with that, you got to remember, he may not come when you want him, but he will be there on time. So whatever you asking this man for, it might not come when you want it to, but it's going to come in due time when he feels like you're ready for whatever you're asking for. So would you travel with a group of strangers? If I travel with a group of strangers, it would definitely have, what is that noise? It would definitely have to be like, would I do like a big Airbnb with a bunch of strangers? No, ain't nobody finna trap me in nowhere and hurt me, try to rob me, none of that. No, 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 no. Would I travel to a location and meet up with strangers in public? Yes, I would. But I would definitely have to have my husband, aka my security, with me, because I know if he with me, I'm safe. Something you had to step out on faith with last year, and are you standing on business about it? Something I had to step out on faith with was definitely purchasing the franchise. I was definitely in my head about it. I was a little bit worried because, you know, you hear a lot of naysayers, a lot of people, like, even from my father-in-law. Like, my father-in-law had the same franchise before, but he didn't have like the same mindset that I have. Like, my father-in-law, he did most of all his work himself. I knew I wanted to get a team, because the more help you have, the bigger you can grow. And am I standing on business about it? Hell yeah. That was a big investment. Definitely standing on business about it. Some nights I get home late as hell. Got to get right up, get Carter to school. But we're going to stand on business about that investment, because I feel like that's honestly an investment that can set us up and set our kids up forever. So yeah, we're going to stand on business about that, girl. What is your system for tackling your goals? I don't really have a system. I just kind of type notes in my phone of different goals I have. And then randomly I'll be like, oh, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this. And I'll start working towards the goal. And when I hit it, I go put a check mark by it in my notes. No system, not very demure. Have you and Lexi ever gotten into an argument? Me and Lexi have never gotten into an argument. And people think that I just met Lexi and like Lexi is somebody that's new, because people was like, why the hell would you buy a franchise with somebody you just met a few months ago? No, y'all. I've been knowing Lexi for like probably like 6 or 7 years. Y'all have just never seen Lexi simply because I haven't been here. And I used to always say, like, I don't have friends. Like, I don't have friends. I have associates. It's just because I wasn't home. Like, me and Lexi would talk all the time, but did I feel like we were super duper close? No, because I could never see the damn good because I wasn't here. But now that I'm home, we closer than ever. Has the new income status changed your process of how you budget? No, I still budget the same way. the same way. Has your dad come out and stated how proud he is of you? No. Also, I stopped seeking validation in other people. I don't need anybody to tell me they're proud of me because I'm proud of me. So no, but also growing up, I'm proud of you is something that I did not hear a lot of. So I make sure I tell my kids all the time that I'm proud of them. Have relationships shifted after reaching this level of success? If so, how do you handle it? Of course, I feel like people be pocket watching. People be thinking like, oh my God, they got so much money, blah, 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 blah. And it comes with bad spirits. And this is something that I hate. Like, I don't want a person to look at me and look at what I have and think like I'm more than the next person. Because baby, when I tell you, I'm so humble. Because the same way God gave it to you, it's the same way he could take it away. I'm so humble. I don't play that. I don't like to brag. I don't even like nobody to brag on me. Like, I'm so humble and I'm so down to earth, and I mean this. Like, I'm not just saying it for the camera. Like, I mean it. You'll never hear me out here popping, bragging. I don't like to do that. But it has definitely changed how I see certain people. It has definitely changed how I feel about certain people. And I have definitely learned to stand on the word N-O, because, like, I got somebody in my family, literally today, called me like 7 times. Don't ever call me unless he asking for money. But I told myself in 2025, I'm not lending out no money, because I lent out money last year a bunch of times and I never got my money back. Too hard. I try to invest and save for my kids, for me to just give it to somebody and then they don't even give it back. So I stand firm on the word no, and I feel like that pisses people off, because they feel like, you got it, why you can't let me get it? Why I can't get none? If I'm lending out money, it's gotta be, I don't want you to pay me back, because I ain't lending out more money than I can afford to not get back, if that makes sense. It definitely comes with a lot, because like I said, people just feel like, you got it. Like, you got it. Why you can't give me this? Why you can't buy me this? Let's continue on with these questions, girl. If you could give advice to someone wanting to start content, what would it be? It would to be yourself. People think like, oh my God, in order to do content, I have to have an aesthetic home. The big thing that pisses me off that people talk about, oh my God, I have brown cabinets, I can't film content. Who gives a damn? When I'm watching someone's content, I'm watching for them. I'm watching for personality, for things that I like. I watch a lot of mom creators. I'm not looking at your cabinets. I'm not looking if there's anything on the floor. I don't care. You run your house how you run your house. Your house is your house. I don't care. My biggest tip would be to be you, be original, be yourself. Like, YouTube is oversaturated with 6 a.m. Pilates vlog. Pilates costs like $400-500 a month. I know, because I looked it up. I can afford to go to Pilates, but I'm not going. Unless they have like a thing on Groupon where I can get it for the low. I'm not paying it. YouTube is oversaturated with 6 a.m. Pilates, $500 Target haul, Nobu dinner. Like, don't get me wrong. Y'all know I love my little low-key luxuries. Like, I love to be able to go to Target on some days and buy whatever I want. But like, every single vlog I put out, it's not aesthetic. Every single vlog I put out, I'm not shopping. Every single vlog I put out, like, the clean girl aesthetic that they go for on the internet. Like, baby, sometimes my wig lifting up, sometimes my shirt got stains on it. I might be a little crusty. That's just me. So I'm being original. I'm not following the aesthetics, if I have to say. So be yourself. Have you ever had a moment after getting married that you thought y'all should have waited? No, because wait for what? I feel like the same stuff that we do and the same stuff that we go through as husband and wife, if we would have waited, we still would have been going through these same things as boyfriend and girlfriend. And I know God handpicked this man to be my husband. So I didn't want to wait. Like, I don't have any moments where I'd be like, maybe I shouldn't have got married so young. I don't have moments like that. So I just heard my husband pull up in the garage, y'all. He finna come in here and act a fool. Are you close with CJ's mom? We're not the closest, girl, but we get along. We've had our little ups and downs, but we get along. How do you balance me time as well as being a mother and a wife? Because I make me a priority. Before I was a mom, before I was a wife, before I was a content creator. Hey, babe, you want to say hey? Not you coming in here with a freaking Glock in your pocket.
What's up, babes?
Before I was any of those things, you guys, I was still just myself. Like, today, I went and got my nails done. My husband know. When I say I'm going to get my nails done, that's my me time. I'm out of here. Get your kids. I'm gone. Period. If I say I need a mental health day, I'm out. Love you. Do you have plans to go to school? Yeah, I do really want to go back to school, especially because I want to use my chapter 31. What it is, babe? Chapter 21? Chapter something benefits from my husband being a veteran. It's free money. It's just sitting there. I know I can go to school for free. I want to go to school, but I have to find the time to go back to school. So I just feel like right now, in this era of life, I don't have enough time to go back to school because I'm always so busy, but I know it's going to slow down eventually, and eventually I'll have time to go back to school. At what age did you get your grown woman body? I feel like my grown woman body really came in when I was, I'm going to say 23. Like, about a year and a half after I had Kate, and like everything just starts to settle, and my stomach is not like iron board flat like it was when I was 17, and then your hip dips coming out, and you got your little, you got your little butt in the back, and your boobs, they not as perky as they were when you was a teenager, but they still, they still hitting for something. I feel like that's when I got my grown woman body. And when I first got my grown woman body, I was like, what is this? I don't like this. I want to be like this. And I was comparing myself to people on the internet, and it's so unrealistic. They done went under the knife. They done had BBLs, and they got fake titties and all that. So I was just like, girl, be for real. Be for real. This your grown woman body. Embrace it. How was the trip to Turks? Baby, we had a time. A time was had. You hear me? Had so much fun. How do you feel about TikTok going away? I already told y'all I don't care. I think you should do a women's retreat and charge for it, and have you and Lexi as the keynote speakers. I don't even know the first step in planning an event like that. Not even gonna lie, I don't even know. A keynote speaker? Y'all, I have my first public speaking event like on a mom. It's for this thing called, what is it called? Child, I forgot. It's an event for moms. And I feel like, some of the speakers, they might write out like a little speech, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm just going to wing it, because that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. I just wing it. I just talk about whatever comes to my brain. So a keynote speaker, do you ever see yourself quitting content creating for good? No, I don't ever think I'll ever just quit. Simply because it's easy to make money this way, and also it's like a time capsule. Like, I love going back and looking at my vlogs from way back in the day when my wig was tore up because I didn't know what I was doing. My camera quality was low. I was in the trenches of motherhood. I had brown cabinets and a white refrigerator and a white stove. Like, it just shows me the growth, and it just makes me appreciate everything I have so much more. You hear me? You heard what I just said? I had a white refrigerator, a white stove. I had brown cabinets. You know why? Because none of that stuff didn't matter. I didn't think anybody was watching me for the aesthetics. I thought they was watching me for me. You hear me? Make that content, girl. What made you get into content, and how did your hubby feel about you first starting it? I've always wanted to be in content creation, y'all. I had a YouTube channel when I was 8 years old. It was called Zaria 177. I think it's still up somewhere. Me and my best friend had a channel. Me and Java had a channel. Hers was Jolly 490. Mine was Zaria 177. And we would literally make vlogs on our little iPod touches and our iPads, and we would edit them and we would upload them, and they were just so low quality, and we just looked a hot mess. But I always had a passion for just sitting down, talking in front of my camera, and just listening to myself talk, and just be free and just be myself. Like, I always knew that I wanted to do some kind of content creation. And my husband was very supportive. I told y'all, he literally was like, okay, you want to do it? Let's find you a camera. Got me a camera. And when I didn't feel encouraged, he encouraged me, like, when you gonna post a vlog? Why you not vlogging? So yeah. Is Big Mama getting the GLE or what? Okay, I told y'all in my last vlog, I just want to live like, I want to be more demure, more conservative this year with how I spend my money, where I spend my money. Big Mama ain't even had her little C class for a whole year. She already want to upgrade to something else. And I just feel like sometimes you wait and you get better, like you get something even bigger than you ever imagined. As much as I love the GLE 63, I also love the Lamborghini Urus. I have never seen a Urus in my city. So how crazy would it be for me to be able to pop out with the first Urus in the city and wrap it crazy, have some crazy rims on it? Like, I feel like if I just jump the gun right now and get a GLE, I might regret it. So I feel like if I wait a little bit longer and I go through my waiting period, who knows? I might end up with a lamb truck. Who knows? But Big Mama, she gonna get some eventually, just not now. No, I already answered that one. Why wasn't your mom there for your vow renewal? I think it's very important for you guys to know that we planned this trip in July, the end of July. The trip was not cheap. Some people that ask for a price breakdown, I'm finna give it to you. Our Airbnb for 4 days was right at $4,000. It was $39.82, I think. Our plane tickets per person was about $1,200 round trip per person. When we got to Turks, everybody already know the internet is oversaturated with videos that tell you how expensive Turks and Caicos is, but we probably spent about $3,200 a piece at Turks. I know I spent more than that because I had to pay for the vow renewal and all this stuff. And I just feel like how selfish of me would it have been to tell my family last minute. Also, not only was the trip planned in July, I did not start planning the vow renewal until October. So that would have given them 2 months, if even, to get a plane ticket, a place to stay, all of that. That just would have been so selfish. And also, I feel like weddings and vow renewals and stuff like that, it's not for, like, you, the same way me and my husband got married. It was just us. I feel like when you have a wedding, it's not even for you. It's for everybody else. That little bitty vow renewal cost about, with all the add-ons and stuff that we added on, about $3,200. Imagine if you go to add my family in that, and CJ's family, because he ain't got no big family. Imagine I had 100 guests. Now I'm looking at like $32,000. Because, and another thing, having a vow renewal really made me understand that I need to go ahead and start saving now for my kids' weddings, because nobody in my family or CJ family was like, oh my God, I'll pay for y'all a wedding. I'll pay for y'all. That's why we've never had a big wedding, because the shit is expensive. I'm gonna start saving for my kids' wedding. So when my kids propose to someone in a long time away, because I got a wow. But when my kids propose to someone, I want to be like, okay, go ahead, get whatever you want. This is your budget. Set your date. Boom, 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 boom. When you got to add in all your family, you got to get a venue. You got to get food, drinks, DJ. It's too much. And yeah, long story short, that's why my family, or more specifically, this question asked about my mom being at the vow renewal. That would have been so selfish of me to make people feel like, if you don't come to the vow renewal, if you don't come to Turks and Caicos with a 60-day notice, if that, I'm going to be so mad at you. I'm never going to talk to you again. It wasn't that deep. The people who need to be there for the vow renewal was there, me and CJ, because it's our vows that was getting renewed. So yeah, still using your budget binder every day. Are you still using that pink vacuum? I actually gave it to CJ's grandma because she needed a vacuum. So I gave it to her. Where did you get? I got my bed from Ashley's. Y'all always ask that. I got my bed from Ashley's. Do you think... I ain't reading that question. We ain't doing spicy questions. We'll do a spicy one later. If your pregnancies weren't hard, would you consider more children? Yes, I would. But since it was hard, I don't... Like, we have our days where we be like, we kind of want to try for another one, blah, blah, blah. But we're not having no more kids. I don't think we're having no more kids. It'll be a shock to me if we really went through with having another kid. But I don't think so. How's your mental health? And this is going to be our last question because we already at 31 minutes. Mentally, I feel like I'm in a really good space. I feel, in this stage of life, I just feel grateful for everything. Like, every day, every moment with my family, I just feel grateful. When stuff, like, even when stuff isn't going good, I just feel grateful, because this is something my father-in-law tell us all the time. What he be saying, babe? If you wake up, you can what? Like, everything's gonna be okay. Huh?
You can figure it out if you wake
Okay, whatever is going on in your life, as long as you wake up, you have a chance to fix it. You can change it, but you can't change or fix anything if you don't wake up. So every day, I feel like every day is like a reset button. Like if today didn't go well, when I wake up tomorrow, reset. We're going to try again. If me and CJ had a bad day yesterday, we're going to still get our ass in that bed together. He might be mad. I might be mad, but I'm going to put my feet on you. You're going to snuggle up with me, and tomorrow we'll wake up and we'll try it again. And I love a fresh start. Like, let's start fresh. Let's start new. Let's get it again. If we ain't got it, let's figure out how to get it. So I just feel like mentally I'm in a really good space. You know, I still have my days where I be like, ugh, like what the hell? And it's mostly when I'm just overwhelmed, the kids hollering, the stuff all over my house. My phone won't stop ringing from the business. I just be overwhelmed. But for the most part, mentally, I feel like I'm in a really good space, and I want to stay in a good space because I'm not my best self when I'm angry, when I'm upset about stuff, and I try not to let nothing upset me. Like somebody could T-bone my car right now, and I would not be mad because what I just told y'all, as long as I'm alive, I can try again. As long as I'm alive, I can get a new car that can be replaced. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I try not to sweat the small stuff. So yeah, I'm so excited I finally made time to sit down, answer some questions, catch up with y'all, and just talk to y'all because it's been months since I got to just sit down and talk and just chat and ramble. But I'm so excited that we got to do it today. But that's going to be all for this video, girl, because it is literally 12:42 and I still need to get in the shower, hunch, and I need to go to bed because I have to go to Atlanta tomorrow, which y'all will see in the vlog. But that is all, bestie girls. I love you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in to today's video. Bye, besties. Mwah.